Okay. So I'll kind of flip the conversation around a little bit, bring it more towards the men now, Webb and Ben, and we're going to talk a little bit about the phenomenon of being degrading towards women on these shows. Reality shows are accused, all the time of telling girls that giving the message to girls that their body is the most important asset that they have, and if they don't have a great body, you might as well forget it. Jersey Shore probably, as we mentioned earlier, has a degrading moment towards women every episode. An example of that, the special term from the show Jersey Shore, grenade, this is your definition for the day, refers to a particularly unattractive woman. So we're going to roll a quick clip from Jersey Shore about a system that some of the guys set up to warn each other when there is a grenade in the house. Let's roll that clip.
Yo, Mike, I gotta sound the horn, bro.
Yo, hurry this shit, guys.
Can I sound it?
Only if you get her up.
Oh, I'll be right.
Can someone explain what the horn is?
You'll see. Tonight, there's a grenade running around the house.
I just want something that's not what I have on.
So, I got the grenade horn. Where is it? In the house that lets Seaside know when grenades are present at the Jersey Shore house. When there's some grenades or some beasts present in the house, we got the grenade whistle.
Wait, excuse me.
I'll give you pads.
I'm
Hold
over
on to
here.
you. What's up?
I need something too.
Well, go, what do you need? What do you mean you need something?
All I need. He's
Well, you
outside.
did.
I keep
That's
coming to put on.
That's your man's, girl.
He does not follow me. I gotta pee.
The grenade whistle! Grenade whistle!
So I think it's safe to agree that that's pretty extreme, messed up measure to go to. But I'm going to open up the conversation with you guys. Do you think that reality shows like this instance in Jersey Shore encourage being more degrading towards women? Do you think it makes it more acceptable to the men of our culture? Do you think it influences them, that these sorts of shows influence them to act differently towards women because these men are so popular and they get away with it on the show?
I think to the majority of people, the grenade horn is repulsive. I mean, I know sitting here seeing that, I was just kind of disgusted by how rude that was. And I think that most guys would agree with me that you can have your own personal opinion about whether or not you think somebody is attractive, but that doesn't mean you need to blow a horn that says, wow, this person's really ugly, like, look out. I don't think that anybody would do that. And I don't think that the fact that they're on a reality TV show like Jersey Shore really makes any difference. I think it's just rude to most people, and I think that's common sense.
What about you, Webb?
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to a TV show, it's a free country, so I believe that, any show can put anything on there because, it's a TV show. However, when I heard the whole grenade thing, oh my gosh. And, America's Next Top Model, yes, the modeling industry will always be here and we'll judge them on looks and everything. And yes, we're going to have opinions on what we look like, but if I would have seen that on TV, I would have turned it off right away. It's just plain sad. I don't think I can say any more or anything that could really change. It was just the saddest thing. The whole grenade thing was the saddest thing I think I've ever heard. That's really sad.
I think that, though, competition shows like America's Next Top Model have an entirely different effect. It's well known that there are industries where if you're beautiful enough, if you have a nice body, you can be successful. And I think that when you turn on America's Next Top Model, you shouldn't expect to have Tyra Banks go up there and say to some not very attractive person, you're beautiful and you'll cover my magazine regardless. It's a competition show where you go into it knowing attractive people are who are going to win this competition. And I don't think that necessarily tells women my body is the most important. I don't think that there's any way to avoid it degrading their confidence, but I don't think that it has anywhere near the effect that Jersey Shore has.
All right, and I'm going to take a break from our conversation up here because my friend Foster has some more input to give to us, and I'm sure that you'll say something that will spark some conversation. So please, Foster.
Yeah. So with regard to the Jersey Shore characters, I don't believe that they should be held accountable for what they're saying because you knew what was going to happen when you started turning into Jersey Shore. You knew that these guys were going to simply impulsively say whatever they want. And that's kind of what reality show is. It's like, we all have these things that we think about that we don't do because, we control ourselves because we're somewhat civilized. But I think it really is like a new outlets of freedom, because it's just like you do whatever you want and you say whatever you want and you get paid for it. And I don't think it's for everyone. Like, the amount of industries where you can drink and smoke weed and still make a ton of money are very, very slim. The only industries I know that you can do that are probably this, reality TV, and the rap game. So I don't know, but I think that you sort of knew that the Jersey Shore people were going to do this kind of stuff. So, you know, why are you watching it? Why are you getting influenced by it? I don't know. You tell me.
Foster, that was an amazing thing, amazing question right there. Marketing, there we go. I mean, you know, I think, you know, if you watch those commercials, it's all about marketing. You know, I was watching Lifetime the other day, and you know, they were doing the whole Preacher's Daughters thing, and I mean, see, these girls know what I'm talking about. And I mean, not that I've never watched the show, but you know, people have made fun that Preacher's Daughters are all crazy and wild. And you know, the way they market the show, it's like, wait, I want to take a look at that. That sounds actually, so, you know, it's marketing. It's like, oh my gosh, maybe we should watch that. That sounds kind of cool. So like Foster said, we know we are going to see that on Jersey Shore. And for some reason, again, it's really interesting to kind of go like, wow, that's going to be kind of cool, because then you watch it and you gossip about it with friends, you know, oh my God, did you see what she did last night? You know, that's marketing. That was a great question, Foster.
Going back to gossiping, Claire, you have something to say.
I have kind of the opposite reaction to Foster's comment. I think whether or not it opens up this new line of freedom doesn't take away the fact that these are repulsive human beings. Whether or not the fact that this is scripted or not, the fact that men are going around with a blowhorn to warn other men about the ugliness of a woman doesn't take away the fact that it's not repulsive, and that people are watching it and it's having an influence on people, and to me that's repulsive.
Claire, you say that it's repulsive, but once again, Jersey Shore is a very high-rated show. It gets a lot of viewers for instances specifically like this. So if it's so repulsive, why are people still watching it?
Well, like I said earlier, I think it's kind of like a way for people to vicariously live through other people. I don't think there's many men that I know personally that would go around with a blowhorn and talk about how ugly a woman is. However, maybe they have some deep desire to do so. However, they have more common sense than to do it, so they live vicariously through these people to do so. And I still think that it's repulsive. Whether or not people are watching it, I still think it's repulsive.
All right, Foster, you're back up at the mic, back for more. What else do you have to contribute for us?
Yeah, so, you know, with regard to this whole, like, chauvinistic men rating women thing, it happens in the other side, too. Like, let's like, don't pretend like you haven't heard, like, a group of women, like, go, like, oh, yeah, that guy's such a creep. I wish he would stop talking to me. And that stuff hurts, you know? Like, when a friend of yours asks a girl to prom and then, like, her friends are, like, gossiping about it and then gets rejected, like, that is freaking messed up, man. And, like, I don't know, you guys have probably heard the term friend zone before. The friend zone is total BS. That's why I don't do it. But this stuff happens. People rate each other on their attractiveness. And, you know, the real courageous person has the courage to say, you know what? I know I'm good looking, and I really don't care what you think. And you can rate me. You can do whatever you want. You can call me a creep. You can call me a weirdo. But I really don't care about your opinion. I care about my opinion. Yeah. So that's what's going on with this whole rating thing.
Okay, wow,
yeah.
Foster.
That was powerful. Good job. Webb?
Well, actually, I want to hand it over to Claire because she was going to say, let's let Claire comment because she was going to say something for
First,
Foster.
let's look at Claire's face.
No, I'm sorry.
Can we get up on Claire's face so we can see this reaction? Okay, Claire, what do you have to say?
I'm aware that women also judge men because that's a natural part of life. However, the last time I saw on a reality TV show women running around with blowhorns talking about how ugly someone is, I've never seen that on a reality TV show. And I think that it feeds into this whole men are better than women thing that we've been trying to overcome for years. And I think shows like this go against that. And whether or not it's popular doesn't mean that the basic foundation of it is wrong. And
Well, Claire, I'm a man as well, and so I identify a little bit more with what Foster's talking about. And there's an example right there in the clip that we watched earlier of Jersey Shore. She walks in and she says, "I walked in and I saw muscles, so I was like, okay, well at least he's my type." So is that really any different than us men saying, well, she's unattractive because her boobs aren't big enough. You know, is there anything? Is there
I
any
wanna-
sort of difference between her saying I wouldn't have been attracted to him except I saw the muscles first, than a man saying, well, I saw her attractive body, so that's why I'm attracted.
I just want to draw away from that for a second. Saying, oh, he had muscles, he's my type, is very different than saying, whoa, ho, ho, she is so ugly, better blow this big horn and let everybody in the house know how ugly she is. I mean, I think that takes it to a whole nother level. Granted, I think that the focus on women's feelings compared to women in reality TV shows far overshadows the fact that how do men feel, that the only men that get to go out and party and do this stuff are the super muscular, super famous guys. Like, it affects men as well, and I think that a lot of people oversee that, but I think that saying someone is my type on camera is very different than saying, wow, you're really ugly, let me just go let everybody know how ugly you are. But I do see your
That's fair
point,
enough,
and
man.
I
That's fair
definitely
enough.
see where you're coming from.
Right. I think that's where it crosses from the personal choice thing into the just completely outrageous. You can have a personal choice, and Snooki likes muscle men. Good for her. You know, and I'm not saying that doesn't make other people or men feel bad about themselves. It probably does. However, I think it takes it to a whole nother level when a group of men get together and decide that one woman is incredibly unattractive and that the entire night they're going to harass her without her knowing it about her looks. I think that takes it to a whole nother repulsive level.
That's fair enough, Claire. I can respect that. I understand where you're coming from. So I don't want to get into a battle of the genders up here. That's maybe a topic for another show. So we're gonna move right along.